Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in today. This is the Life Overhaul podcast. I'm Julie Nygaard, host of the show, and generally what I do on this show is I interview people who have gone through major life overhauls. They share their story, their tips, and their techniques so that anybody else who's going through one can navigate with them and learn some things that they might not have known before. But I decided what I would do for the next few episodes here is just read my book, Life Overhaul, What Are You Waiting For?, which is currently in pre-sales on my website, which is thechocolatetherapist.com, because I also own a chocolate shop. And then it's going to be available on Amazon soon. Hopefully by the time you're listening to this, it will be up on Amazon. It's almost done. Just in the final edits right now. But I thought, for people that don't want to buy the book, you can just follow along with the podcast and do the exercises. Now, if you listen to the intro in chapter 1, you know that you need to have some kind of a notebook so that you can do the exercises, because there's a lot of things that you're assessing as you're navigating through your own life overhaul. Chapter 2 is called, Who Are You Right Now? So let's just jump right into it. Consider the life you'd like to be living, your future life, and ask yourself this question. What would I have to change in my current life to make my future life possible? As Dr. Joe Dispenza, the author of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, says, who is your new life asking you to become? In order to create something new, you need to know where you're starting. Your current self is not going to create your new life. The current you is what got you where you are today, and if you simply keep moving along as the person that you are, it's not possible to create a different life. You're definitely going to have to make some personal changes. A good starting point is to examine your character. It's a two-tiered process. First, observe yourself in your new life. What do you want to be? This is the person that you want to become. Write down the characteristics of that person. 10 characteristics in all. So take a moment, stop the podcast, and write them down. Who do you want to become? 10 characteristics. Welcome back. Next, you're going to examine yourself in your current life and write down the characteristics of who you are at this time. Basically, it's a kind of a me today 10 characteristics. Stop the podcast and do the exercise. Now that you're back, you figured out who you want to be and who you are. Now observe the differences between who you'd like to be and who you are. The order is important. Start with the image of who you'd like to be first, followed by who you are now, because it's easier to see the differences when it's done in this order. Here's an example of how to do this using the desire to create more wealth. Once again, do the exercises now rather than coming back later. Example plan, create more wealth. Sit back, close your eyes, relax, and create a picture in your mind of yourself in your new life with much more wealth. What characteristics do you have in your new life that you don't have now? Here are some examples of things you would most likely do if you had more money. 1, organize your finances and feel financially confident. 2, save a percentage of your earnings, ideally 10%, and know you're planning for your retirement. 3, set up passive income streams like write a book, join affiliate programs, set up an online store, etc. Understand that income-generating businesses create wealth. 4, carry cash with you at all times so you feel like you have money. 5, set up your will or your trust in order to be more confident that your financial situation will be handled in the event of an untimely death. 6, know that you can have anything you want and only buy what you really need. 7, read investment magazines and follow investment websites. Understand the market and where money is flowing. Have confidence in your money knowledge. After you've done this exercise, do the opposite and write a list of the characteristics you currently have with regard to wanting more wealth. Close your eyes, sit back, and observe your present situation. Again, this is an example for creating wealth. Here are some of the characteristics that you might have. 1, right now, I spend everything I earn and then some. 2, I never take time to read investment magazines and I have no idea what a 401k is. 3, I've never thought about owning my own company. I just keep working for someone else. 4, I buy all the latest, greatest toys even though I can't afford them. 5, I regularly complain about being broke and never having money. 6, I don't read books about investing or understanding money. 7, I never invest in self-improvement programs. All right, that was an example. Now it's time for you to do your own thing. Write down current characteristics that you have that you'll have to let go of. It's okay to repeat some of the things from that previous example if they apply to you, but you can create your own. It doesn't have to be about wealth. So here we go. You're writing down now characteristics I have that no longer serve me. And let's do 7 of those. Once you've identified some of your potential changing points, pick the easiest things to do to add to your character and the easiest things to let go of and start doing them immediately. So write those down. Which would be the 2 easiest changes? You have to do this today. Don't make an I'll start day or finish the book and do everything step by step. You start today right here, right now, because you're in the process of becoming another person. It's not realistic to do it all in one day. It's better to gradually add characteristics that are in line with your new life and let go of characteristics that keep you stuck in your old life. So taking the example from before, what you can do to start living like a wealthy person today. Here are 2 easy things from the previous list that I just read. 1 thing to stop doing and 1 thing to start doing. Neither costs anything. 1, stop complaining about money and never say you're broke. Never say that you don't have enough, even if you don't. Wealthy people don't complain about money, even if they're over-leveraged or in debt. They figure out how to earn more and stay solution-focused. 2, start carrying cash with you. People who are wealthy always carry cash with them. They never find themselves saying, I don't have any money. Saying that or even feeling those words over and over all day is subliminal programming. It makes you feel poor. You might not be able to carry $50 or $100, but at least carry 10 or 20 with you at all times so you don't feel broke, and then pay close attention to how you spend it. Creating a completely new habit takes time. It might take a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, or even longer. Keep working on your first 1 or 2 changes until they're natural before making your next change, or you'll bounce back to your former self. Once you have these characteristics integrated into your life, add another 1 or 2, like reading investment magazines, organizing your personal finance, or paying off your debt. Phase out overspending, carelessness with money, and putting things on your credit card that you don't really need. You're starting to live as if you already are wealthy, bit by bit. If you don't know what wealthy people who have money do, find out. Spend some time around them, read books, or do an internet search. Simple habits wealthy people have that the average people don't have. Here's another example of how to do this using weight loss. Let's say you'd like to lose 50 pounds. Here's 1 thing to start doing and 1 thing to stop doing that won't cost you anything. 1, stop weighing yourself every day. Thin people don't weigh themselves every day, and when you're lean, you won't be doing this either. When you act as if you're already lean, you'll become lean. 2, start gradually removing processed carbohydrates like bread, pasta, cakes, cookies, and sweets from your diet. Thin people eat body-enriching foods, and too many processed carbs are not part of the plan. Do it gradually so it becomes a lifestyle instead of a diet, with a start and stop day. You might begin by cutting back carbs in the morning for breakfast, then cut them out of lunches over the next month, and then finally dinner. Replace processed foods with vegetables, fruits, lean meats, and nuts, and watch the weight fall off. Just like with wealth, to be lean, you start doing what lean people do, and you stop doing what heavy people do. If you don't know what that is, search the internet, try healthy habits of lean people or things heavy people do that lean people don't do. So back to the exercises, do your own, who you are now, who you want to become, what you have to let go of, and what you have to start doing to get started on this process. Again, this is chapter 2 of my book, Life Overhaul. What are you waiting for? This one's called Who Are You Right Now? So thanks so much for listening. You can buy this book in pre-sales at thechocolatetherapist.com if you want the whole thing right away as soon as it comes out. And you can also check it out on Amazon. Hopefully we'll be up by June 2020. Whatever change you're trying to make in your own life, I wish you the best. I truly do. I hope that this book helps you and this podcast and all the stories of the people that I've interviewed that have helped other people navigate through their own life changes. It's hard. I know. I've been through a couple of them myself. I'm going through another one now. And it can be a long, challenging process. But, I feel like one of the things I say in the book is, to me, it's a little bit scarier to stay in one place than it is to make a completely different change. I'm not sure I want to stay in the same place. I want life to be a metamorphosis. That's why I wrote the book. Hope it helps. Thanks for listening, and I will catch you on the next episode.